And we're back with some more Calgary Flames franchise mode in FHM 9. And in this one, we have the year 3 draft. Our earliest pick is at number 16, which is actually Carolina's pick, which we traded for last year, I believe. And then we also have our own pick at number 27. However, unfortunately, it seems that this year, as always with the later years in this game, it seems that there's only about 20 to 25 players in the entire draft that are even worth looking at. All right, we have a few 2.5-star players left at 17. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be just 2-star players at this point. But that's good. We have a few options here. Kivilati, looks like he'll be a while. Tverdovsky, looks like he'll be a while as well. I'd imagine most of these players will probably take a few years to get to the NHL. David Videla, Jake Ruika. Out of everyone I've seen so far, he looks like he's the most NHL ready. And then Trevor McAdams in goal. And then after that, it drops up to 2-star potential. Out of all these guys, I think Ruika is the most NHL ready. Definitely the most well-rounded, that's for sure. His mock draft has him at 93, while all the other players above him, 21, 30, and 23. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, what do we really need? Yeah, our prospect pool isn't too deep at the moment, and a lot of our best ones are forwards, so I think we should go defense here. In that case, you got Tverdovsky, but I'm not sure if I like his ratings. Only a 56 grade in the KHL last year, in 68 games played, 22 points. I don't know, he's got a long way to go. I mean, again, most of these players do, but who's going to be the most likely to make the NHL roster when they're done developing is the question here. In terms of the mental category, I like Kivilati the best, because his is better than Ruika's, and it's only in certain parts of the mental category as well, like determination, temperament, and professionalism. Maybe a bit of team player. Now, even team player, Ruika is just as good. Honestly, none of them are all that impressive. It's just a matter of which one do I think will be best in the long term. I don't know. I was going to go Tverdovsky just because he's a defenseman, but I'm feeling Ruika here because he's just the most well-rounded. I think you go for the most well-rounded player in this situation, right? Because Videla's mental ratings are a bit too low for my liking. It's the same for Tverdovsky, and his physical ratings are actually pretty low as well. Like, this is going to take a while to get NHL ready. Tverdovsky might be 5 years out, I would say. Kivilati might not be too bad just because his physical ratings and mental ratings are already kind of decent, but you could say the same about Ruika, and his positioning is actually better than Kivilati's. Yeah, his defensive ratings in general are better. Oh, actually, he is kind of injury prone, very injury prone, actually. Well, Kivilati's injury tendency, okay, he's actually durable for the most part. I don't usually pay too much attention to injury tendencies, but the fact that his entire body is vulnerable to injury, I don't like that. I mean, maybe I'll pick him later with our second first-round pick, if he's still there. But I think for right now, I'll take Kivilati. Not only is he durable, but out of everyone who isn't Ruika, among these 4 players, he's definitely the best. I think I'm going to go with Kivilati here. Yeah, welcome to the Calgary Flames, Marcus Kivilati. And with that, we'll pick Till Human until our pick at number 27. And Ruika was taken by the Vegas Golden Knights at number 25, just a couple of picks ago. So the only 2.5-star player that is available at this point is Tverdovsky, who I literally just said I didn't really like too much. But given the fact that he is the only 2.5-star player left, I suppose now would be a better time to take him. I just didn't want to take him with my first pick, you know? But at this point, given that we're at pick 27 and there's no one else better as far as potential goes, I may as well take him. Actually, Braden Creech, already 1.5-star ability. Got some really good ratings on him. 55 points in 34 games played last year with the Holy Cross Crusaders. Mock draft has him at 25. Passing's at 18. Checking's at 16. Yeah, he could be, I don't know, Creech might be the play here. I was going to go with Tverdovsky, but I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Creech. He might be a solid depth player, especially what we see out of his point production in the NCAA. I mean, that's basically, in terms of first-year production, that's on Doug Elfring levels of production. In fact, more. Because Doug Elfring had 50 points in his first season in the NCAA in 32 games. That guy had 55. I mean, I doubt he's going to be any Doug Elfring as far as defensive prowess goes, but still, Braden Creech has caught my attention for sure. Ooh, only unfortunate part is his injury tendencies. Not only vulnerable in the top half of his body, but the bottom half fragile. Not good. Let's see, what injuries has he had so far? He's only had 2 injuries in the entire course of the simulation so far. So given his injury tendencies, I'm not sure what to believe. Is he really that fragile if he's only suffered 2 injuries so far in the entire course of the simulation over like 5 years? And those 2 injuries weren't even that bad. I just bruised foot and bruised jaw, 3 days and 5 days. Like, I almost don't believe that injury tendency is right. Like, I talked about this in my FHM 9 wishlist video about having injury tendencies that actually match the player's injury history. Because based off what we're seeing here, at least so far, it doesn't look like he's injury prone from only 2 minor injuries over the course of an entire 5-season simulation. So yeah, honestly, I'll take Braden Creech. And now that I look at it, Jake Ruika hasn't had any injuries at all either in the simulation. So I'm almost wondering, like, does the injury tendencies actually mean anything? It seems very strange for a player who is that injury prone to have not gotten any kind of major injury so far in the course of 5 years, though. All right, you know what? I'm just ignoring injury tendencies for right now. Let's just take Braden Creech. Welcome to the Calgary Flames. And it seems Tverdovsky was just taken at number 33 by Chicago, so he is off the board. We're currently in the second round at pick number 59, and let's see what's available. Hedin might not be bad. His defensive category at least is somewhat good. Schofield might be interesting. I don't like that he only has 11 checking as a defenseman, though. Especially as a defensive defenseman, apparently, according to his major role. Seems more likely to be an offensive defenseman based off his offensive ratings being better for the most part. Okay, I found someone potentially interesting. Justin McIver. He's only a 1.5 star potential, but he does have some pretty good ratings on him. He's already a 1-star ability. So I don't know how much he's going to grow, but he's better than most of what I've seen so far in the second round. But then again, I do need that defenseman, so I guess I'll take Hedin for now, just to make sure I get him. But I am going to keep an eye on McIver for sure. Wait, what? I added him to the draft list, and it didn't put a number next to him. Shouldn't it put a number next to him? Doesn't that normally happen? Seems like it's not happening right now for anyone. Yeah, that's a weird one. That's the first time that's happened to me. Anyway, let's take Hedin, and hopefully McIver will be there with the next pick. See, is he still there? No, it looks like he was taken. Yeah, he was taken at 83 by the Tampa Bay Lightning. That's unfortunate. Would have liked to get him, but oh well. I'm happy with my choice. I did need that defenseman, and I got him, so. Oscar Nielsen does look interesting as well. Most of his ratings are green, so I guess I'll take him. Welcome to Calgary Flames, Oscar Nielsen. And we're at pick 123 now. Starting to get to the point where I might just skip the rest of the draft here. Ooh, Matthew Stahl with Colgate. Pretty good offensive ratings for a 1-star ability. I mean, given that he has a 1-star potential, I can't see him cracking the NHL roster, but he might at the very least be some good help for the AHL team. 14 positioning, good physically as well. I don't know how he's only a 1-star ability. I will definitely take him. Yeah, Stahl, welcome to the Calgary Flames. Yeah, we're at that point now. I think we're going to let the CPU finish the draft. Not that there's much draft left. We're already in the 6th round, but still, not much I'm interested in. Oh, right, we need to trade. We need to trade Villanueva, Harrington, and Michaud. And Bell, too. So I may as well just do that now, considering we now have the 4 guys we just signed in Arsenault, Tersigny, McCann, and Price. For Bell, I think I'll just shop him and just see what I can get. I'm not about to just go looking for a trade for him. Got 2 offers, one from San Jose, one from New York. 19-year-old Maximilian Mooney and 27-year-old Sije Weinstein. I think I'll go with the Rangers offer here. Yeah, he doesn't look too bad. For a 1.5-star ability, that's a pretty good defenseman. Mental ratings are a bit low, but overall, could be a solid replacement player at the very least. I mean, his whole body's fragile. Wow. Very, very, very fragile, apparently. Let's see, what's his injury history? Literally only 3 injuries over the course of, what is that, 6 years in the simulation? And none of them are major. Like, I'm really starting to think injury tendencies are just a myth. The game is basically saying he's made of glass, and he's only got 3 minor injuries on his injury histories. That's it. I'm starting to think the injury tendency is just a myth. So yeah, definitely taking him. And what that also does, that gets one of the conflicts that we had on our team out of the way. Unfortunately, we do still have the conflicts between Jason Sheets, Shane Wright, and Jeremy Dubou, and then Alex Pegamagabo with Henry Muse underway. But it looks like the one between Wright and Sheets is almost done. It's got a 2 now. I'm hoping that we can get these guys to start cooperating with each other, because I don't really want to trade any of them. I mean, I'll intervene with Brisson if I have to, because I'm pretty sure it's Brisson who intervenes, right? When we go to intervene a conflict, I'm pretty sure that's what I think it's the captain that intervenes, but there's a chance of him failing, so I don't want to do anything just yet. I'm hoping that they'll resolve whatever this is before the regular season starts, but I have a feeling that's not going to happen. Now, for Villanueva, Harrington, and Michaud, I'm definitely going to look for a trade for them. Preferably all to the same team. Just package them all in one deal and get like a first-round pick for them or something. Maybe San Jose. They have a good top 6, but they don't seem to have some good depth there. All 3 of these guys that we're about to trade would be solid pieces in their top 9. Now, as far as their team status goes, that might be a different story. I don't think they're looking to trade their draft picks at this point. Yeah, I would imagine they're entering a rebuild here soon, and their goaltenders are 28 and 29. So if anything, I would want to get someone like Nico from them, who's only on a 1-year deal. He's on a trade block too. The last time he made the playoffs was 2027-28 with LA. Looks like they got swept out that year. He has no points that year, but the year before with New Jersey, he had 10 points in 6 games played. And it looks like he also got to the Stanley Cup final one year with New Jersey back in 2025-26. He got 19 points in 24 games that year. I mean, we are trading away 2 centers in Villanueva and Harrington. So our center core then becomes Brisson, Stankoven, Martin, Hischier. I mean, if we're looking to contend this year, which I think we could do it. I really think we could do it. As long as our goaltending stays the way it has been the past couple of years, with Dubois and Alexander, then I think acquiring Nico would be a smart move, especially defensively. Give him for the penalty kill, and if we get an injury, he can move up a line and it won't be a problem. So I'll keep looking, but San Jose is a decent trading option because all the forwards we're trading would be young, right? I mean, I don't think they'd be part of the San Jose Sharks rebuild, but it'd help them get some younger assets back in exchange for Nico, who they have on the trade block. Timo Meier's there too on the trade block, but he's 35. And as far as defense goes, I think Nico would be the better option for depth. Yeah. Anyway, I'll keep looking, but I'm definitely coming back to San Jose. As far as team needs go, San Jose definitely needs this trade the most. So let's see what we can do here. I'm giving them quite a bit for Nico, and they're not really budging. I think I'd have to do 2 firsts, probably. Yeah, 2 firsts. If I'm giving them 2 firsts, can I get like a second back? They will give me a second. Although, honestly, I'm not sure how much value that would hold. All right, here's what we'll do. In exchange for Nico Hischier, a second-round pick from 2033, and a second-round pick from 2034, we'll give San Jose Villanueva, Harrington, and Michaud, and then 2 first-round picks. However, both of them from 2033 and 34 are top 10 protected. So that way, if they're any good, we still have them, right? I think that's a pretty good trade. They get 3 players and the possibility of 2 first-round picks, while we get the aging Nico Hischier and a couple of seconds. Considering Villanueva, Harrington, and Michaud's age, along with the possible first-round picks that they're going to be getting, and considering our league position, I think they'll probably get both of those first-round picks. I'm not expecting us to be in the top 10 anytime soon, at least not with our own picks. So assuming everything goes according to plan, they should have 2 first-round picks on their hands. So I think this is a pretty good trade offer. Trade, and let's see what they say to that. And there it is. The San Jose Sharks have accepted our trade proposal of 2 first-round picks that are top 10 protected. Nathan Villanueva, Chase Harrington, and Alexei Michaud in exchange for Nico Hischier and 2 second-round picks. Complete trade. There it is. That is a pretty big trade. And our center depth has now gotten even better with Nico Hischier as the newest addition to our team. So the path that this team has taken so far in our 3 years here has certainly been very interesting. We've gone from getting into the playoffs in year 1 when I wasn't expecting to not making the playoffs in year 2 when I was expecting to make the playoffs, to having our best season yet just last season with 51 wins and 110 points. And who knows what is to come this season. I mean, I would certainly hope we are headed for the playoffs with a team like this, and especially given the addition of Nico Hischier that we just made. I really hope that this team can live up to what it did last year. And considering that Doug Elfring just had a breakout season with 74 points, 38 goals, and not only that, he was just as good defensively as he always is last season. I see no reason why this team shouldn't be competing for the Stanley Cup. I mean, we got a decent amount of players who are 4-star or above, some 3.5-star players, some 3-star players, a good amount of 2.5-star players as well. We got a lot of depth on this team. There's no reason why we shouldn't be competing this year. And then not to mention you got Byram, who's going to be coming back in a couple of months. Hopefully soon after the regular season starts. I can't imagine he's coming back before the regular season starts. I think it's going to be a little bit. But once Byram comes back especially, this team should be ready to go. That is, if last year is anything to go by. And as far as Villanueva, Harriting, and Michaud goes, like, none of them showed me anything over the past couple of years that would have made me want to hold on to them. So we go out, get Nico Hischier, a solid veteran for not only the regular season, but the playoffs. There is no reason why this team should not be good. That being said, I think we are done here in the offseason. Let's get to the preseason of year number 4. And we have the Hall of Fame inductions, and it is Sidney Crosby, Nicholas Backstrom, Andrei Kopitar, and Erik Karlsson into the Hockey Hall of Fame. All right, good. Click breaks up. It's good to see. I'm assuming that means that the team harmony is not getting out of control. All right, good. Good. We're getting better. We're getting better. I don't think I'll need to break anything up. At least it doesn't look like it right now. And here we have our roster going into the regular season. In goal, we have Alexander and Dubois. On defense, we have Muse, Bernier, Mukamadulin, Sheets, Emery, Campbell, and Corbet. And at forward, you have Elfring, Pegamagabo, Coronado, Brisson, Wright, Stankoven, Martin, Hischier, Panamarov, Heiss, Tersigny, Arsenault, McCann, and Walker. And of course, on the injury list, you have Bowen Byram, though not for much longer. So with that, let's get started with the regular season of year number 4. And wow, Bowen Byram has just returned in time for the regular season, 3 days before the regular season starts. So we now have a full roster going into the regular season. That is what I like to see. Now, unfortunately, we do have to make one more cut, that means. I think that's going to be either Campbell or Corbet. May as well be Campbell since we're paying Corbet $3 million. We'll see how that contract holds up. And I think we'll send Campbell to the AHL. Well, first get a pass through waivers, but hopefully he doesn't get claimed. No. Okay, all right. It's not a bad one. It's only 1 to 2 week injury. So we're going a little bit without Doug Elfring. I thought he was about to be out indefinitely. I was about to say, nope, that's the season right there. All right, we're now on December 1st. We are 14-8-1, roughly a quarter of the way through the season. We're currently second in the Pacific Division, although, as always, the Pacific Division is very competitive this year. So we're definitely going to have to keep up the pace. Let's check out the stats so far. Elfring in 19 games has 15 points. And on the active roster, you have 23 points for Brisson, 20 for Coronado, 19 for Pegamagabo, 14 for Bernier, 11 for Wright and Heiss, 10 for Panamarov and Muse, Byron with 9, Stankoven and Martin with 8, Hischier with 7, 6 for Mukamadulin, 5 for Emery, Tersigny, McCann, and Sheets, 4 for Quebec, and 3 for Arsenault and Walker. And in goal, you have Dubois, who looks like he's getting most of the games this year so far, in 16 games played with 919 save percentage and 2 shutouts, and Gage Alexander in 8 games played with a 906. So in goal, we're looking good. Scoring could be a bit better, especially depth-wise. Looks like it's just that first line that's doing most of the scoring for some reason, even though I built this team to be pretty deep. So I'm not sure why we're not getting any depth scoring here. Let's take a look at the team stats. Goals for per game, we are currently 13th in the league with a 3.17. Goals against per game, we are 8th in the league with a 2.83. Faceoffs, we are 7th in the league with a 51.5. Power play, we are 19th in the league with an 18.2. Would definitely help to get that up there. And penalty kill, 3rd in the league with an 87%. Anyway, that's enough for now. So I think we'll lead it off here. And the next one, we will probably finish the year number 4 regular season simulation.